Hello and welcome to our show, Film Talk with AJ Dean. I'm AJ Dean, your host, and I have the best co-host in the world, and I mean that, Paul Vato. Hey, Paul, how are you?
AJ, I am wonderful. I'm so good to be here on our usual night recording a podcast. I get to meet somebody new, and it's amazing. And he sounds like such a young, talented actor that I'm so looking forward to this.
Me too, Paul. Thank you. I am super excited and it's so much fun. We have the very own Montay Savoy in the building. Hey, Montay, he's an actor. How are you doing?
How are you guys? I'm excited to be here. AJ and Paul, you guys are so cool. I can't believe I'm on this show. It's cool. I'm excited.
Oh, I'm so happy too. Sorry about that. My camera went out of focus, but I'm back and back in business. And Montay, we're so thrilled that you are here with us. Thank you so much. And you are an actor. And before I get into it, I want to say a special thank you and shout out to my friend and your friend, Kimberly Skyrme, CSA, the top casting director that I know, and I hope that you all know as well. She has done major blockbuster videos, True Lies, Deep Impact, and along with other ones. And so I want to say a special hi and shout out and thank you to Kimberly Skyrme. You're the best and the very top casting director, and we love you and adore you. Kimberly, you're the best. Okay, let's get right into it, Montay. We've got two great movie posters on screen. We've got Metronome and we've got Love Me Later. Now let's talk about Metronome a little bit here. We're going to jump right into it. Metronome, you play Oren, and is that still in development or has it been filmed? Give us the status on that, please.
Well, I'm not 100% sure. And I know it's still in development. Kimberly actually DM'd me about Metronome, and I was excited to just join the project. It was for a sizzle reel for Metronome, and when I, arrived there, and this is the first time I ever met Kimberly. I didn't know any of the cast, so I was super excited to even try it out. I got reference from Stacy Dickerson, which is so cool. I love you, Stacy. I will forever love you. Just for introducing me to Kimberly, and it built a great relationship with me and Kimberly. Um, Metronome has been a phenomenal movie. I think it's going to be a phenomenal movie. I think everybody should watch it. I personally fell in love with the script as soon as I seen it. Even if it was just a few pages, it was such a great movie. We only did a sizzle reel for it, so I can't wait for that movie or project to develop more.
Yes, me too. And this also stars Emerald Khan. We love Emerald. She is fabulous, one of our favorite actresses of all time. She's been on Film Talk with AJ Dean and met Paul and I. And Metronome, it's about jazz, right? It's a story of a jazz and there's music in it. And I think Emerald sings. I think she even wrote her own song. And so this is so exciting. It's such a beautiful, I know there's going to be great costumes and it's going to be a great story. So I just want to say congratulations to Kimberly and Emerald and you for that. And that will be coming up soon. And so it's still in development, but what a fun, it's about jazz. Don't you love jazz, Paul?
I sure do. And that's so exciting to see that it's not only Montay on there, but also, of course, Emerald Khan, because I'm such a big fan of hers. And I'm so glad that we got to interview her on Film Talk with AJ Dean.
Me too. Me too. Thanks so much, Paul. And so that will be very exciting. I can't wait to see it. So you've done a sizzle reel and it's in development. So we'll keep posted on that because I so want to see that. It's going to be a great story about jazz, and I love jazz. We need a jazz film. And that's the one to see. So everybody keep your eyes open for Metronome. Okay, let's go to the next poster, Love Me Later. This was a short you filmed in 2021. You play Micah. Tell us about, or is that right, Micah?
Yes, yes.
Tell us about that, Montay. Love Me Later. Not is it sooner or later, or what is
So Love Me Later was a short film that that was like one of my first ever short films actually I worked on. And we actually filmed it in around 2019. It released years later after we finished. Um, Micah was like a weird character that they told me to pursue, and I was excited to pursue him because it was getting me out of my comfort zone. So being out of my comfort zone and being into somebody else's new, I even asked my acting coach to help me out and trying to find that weird character within me, like internally. So becoming Micah was a challenge, but also I was grateful to just play the character or being able to pursue that character and have an audience see it and uh, think that I was actually that character or pursue that character very well. It was really good playing Micah. Was a challenge? Yes, it was definitely a challenge. It was a low budget short film, but it did grab a lot of attention. I can say that. The director also asked me to work on another project with them as soon as we finished it, and now we're doing other projects. So it's yeah.
Congratulations. I see that you won several awards on the movie poster there. That is phenomenal. Congratulations. And Paul, I wanted to go over to you. Do you love it when directors make you strive out of your comfort zone? Paul, what's your opinion? Paul, are you there? Paul, you're on mute.
That's what happened. I was giving such eloquent and great advice, and you guys couldn't hear it. And that's all I have to say about that. No, I'm kidding. Um, I feel that it's always it's imperative for us to take on roles that expand our horizons and put us in this uncomfortable zone, because that's kind of the way life is. And I mean, especially when you have a director that's willing to push you, because of course, we have to be able to take care of ourselves and push ourselves. But there's nothing wrong with it's just like whether it's sports or anything that's competition. You want to play with people that are better than you, because then you will get better. And I think acting is the exact same way. And a lot of it is, almost maybe like golf, where it's internal, or wrestling, where it's one-on-one. So, but even with wrestling, you want to wrestle a better athlete, because then it'll just make you better. You may not win all the time, and you probably won't for a while, but it just helps you get better and better. And I think roles should be the same way, where we challenge ourselves, because if it's too easy, you're not going to grow. You might still learn something, but you're not going to grow. So I think that's wonderful that when an actor is willing to do that and expand his horizons and you're up for the challenge. So I think that's wonderful.
Yeah, that's amazing. So I'm so glad that the director Montay pushed you to be quirky and go for more depth and more interest for the character. So where can people see Love Me Later? It's obviously about romance and comedy, right?
Yes. So you can see Love Me Later on YouTube. It's actually on YouTube. So it's not hard to find Love Me Later. My other projects are other places. I still don't know, but Love Me Later is really easy to see. I think that's the first thing everybody actually watches when they go through my Instagram. They always tell me I watched Love Me Later and I love how you pursued the character. So Love Me Later is really easy to find. It's on YouTube.
And I love that. I love that it's easy to find. And I actually love the title, Love Me Later. Love me before, love me later. I just love that so much. So everybody check out Love Me Later. That's so easy to type to Google and search on YouTube and check that out. Check out Montay Savoy playing Micah in Love Me Later. Okay, now I'm going to switch it up now. I've heard that is, here we go. Have you got your seatbelts on? Are you strapped in? Are you ready? Because here we are. All right, a 1 and a 2 and a, no, oh no, I'm not going to sing. Okay, here's the question. Let's talk about cancel culture. I said it. Yes, that's right. Cancel culture. It's a huge topic right now. So I'm all against it. I do not agree with cancel culture. What is cancel culture? Well, that is ghosting, and you're out if you say something that someone doesn't like. Well, I'm old school, and so I always forgive people. We'll go over to Paul next. Paul, what is your feeling on cancel culture?
Wow, yeah, great topic. I think we might get a little controversial, but it's good to know that you give so many chances, because sometimes I need 5 or 6 or 12 chances before I set myself straight. But it's a dangerous slope, because especially when it comes to artists, whether we're actors or improvisers, but then more so, like, coming from a comedic background or satirist, where we need a little bit more leeway to practice our craft, especially when it's coming to stand up, because you're working on things. So a lot of times you might say something that comes across as, I don't know, cancelable, but you're really working on this bigger piece, where this is just a small piece of that. And a lot of times they might take what you say out of context, and then it just spreads like wildfire. Like, look, Paul said this, but then they're not playing it as part of a bigger piece, where then it fits nicely, and you're actually doing social commentary where you're against what it sounds like what you say, but what you said was so bad, and all that's going out there is that little clip, and then people don't even listen. It's like with Chappelle, people are like, oh, he's anti-trans, where I believe it's actually like a friend of his that he was talking about and whatnot. But you got to see where what you said fits in the context of the whole art piece that you're creating. So it can be dangerous. I don't believe in it, but then again, I'm older as well, so I've heard so many things, and you kind of just, you deal with it and you laugh, and especially if it's funny. I come at it from the lens of, if it's funny and you're not hurting anyone, then it might be inappropriate what you say. Lord knows, with my book, The Kama Sutra, I don't want to get canceled for that. And and I wasted 30 years not putting it out there, because I was always in business for myself. And it was like, I don't want somebody to see this and then go like, that's the cigar guy, or that's the ice cream guy. But even now it's dangerous, because I'm my own brand. I'm an actor, but you get one person that doesn't like it, they might go after you, and then it could just snowball. So I'm not a big proponent of cancel culture, especially if it's done, you're saying something that's supposed to be artistic or have some kind of merit or value. But I mean, now if you're just saying evil things, and trust me, people won't pay to see that, so eventually you'll go away. But yeah, so I don't know if that really answers the question or not, AJ, but it's a difficult topic. So thank you for bringing it up.
Well, thank you, Paul. And I agree with you. There was a recent article on IMDb. Just want to say a little bit more about it before I hand it over to you, Montay, for your opinion. Really want to hear what you have to say as well. Sean Wayans and Marlon Wayans of the movie White Chicks. Do you remember that? Some people have said that should be canceled. Now, I thought that movie was funny. And I agree, we need to make fun of ourselves if we are comfortable with that, those who are. So with that in mind, let's go over to Montay. Montay, you are part of the young generation. So this is a controversial opinion. What do you say, Montay?
Okay, cancel culture, I feel like I give people second chances. I am a person that gives second chances. Cancel culture affects people significantly in their careers and everything. So it kind of affects not one person, but a lot of people that person was trying to take care of. I think cancel culture is something that came up in this generation for a reason. It could have affected more people as it come and goes. There are a lot of people that are making it, and then there are a lot of people that are going down because of cancel culture. So I think cancel culture affects a lot of people. I honestly think that we could do it a better way instead of a cancel culture. We don't need a cancel culture. We can also just everybody has their own opinion on things. So I feel like everyone should review everyone's perspective and point of view in each aspect of their viewing points of how they feel about the situation or the person.
Absolutely. I love that. Very well said, Montay. And thank you for sharing that. I want to ask you, have you ever personally been canceled or told that you would be canceled?
No.
Okay.
I'm hoping not. I'm really hoping not.
Yeah, because
I
like you said, I agree. Everyone deserves their own opinion. And I just wanted to know if it was like among the young people, something that like, hey, buddy, you're going to get it next week or something like that. Do they communicate like that, or how does it go, Montay?
So it starts with, let's for example, an influencer. If an influencer says something out of ordinary on social media, a lot of people are followers. So if let's say about 5 people commented, say they don't like it back to back, then there'll be more people saying, oh, okay, I agree, I don't like that, I don't like that. So it's a following, not a leading thing. So some people need to start leading instead of following.
I love that so much. Now, let me ask you, have you seen White Chicks?
I have seen White Chicks. I love that movie.
Okay, I love it too. What do you say, Paul? Have you seen it? Do you love it?
Yeah, of course, and it's hilarious. And then again, look at the sketches that we were doing on Mad TV, 15 years ago. And forgive me, I don't remember exactly when White Chicks came out, but I'm thinking it's around that same time. And look at who put it out. If it's the Wayans brothers, they were in living color. So, Homie the Clown, and just the time was different, I think we would get canceled if we brought up our show, Touched by an Anglo, and our closing number was the Wetback Street Boys. They were like an illegal immigrant boy band with one of each. I was in a prisoner uniform. My friend Amr, he was like the Rico Suave guy. We had somebody that was a maid. She was a maid. So it was just like all the stereotypes. But we were doing social commentary that these are the jobs that we get. So at that time, it's a funny movie, and it was meant to be funny and entertaining, and just to kind of show the dichotomy between, they did whiteface, but that's definitely not a cancelable offense. So that's my opinion. I loved it. I thought it was hilarious.
I loved it too. You're absolutely right. White Chicks was a comedy. It's all the genre is comedy and crime, and it was 2004. That's when they made it. PG-13. Remember that, PG-13? So that's in itself is funny too, just to say PG-13. Okay. Anyway, I'm really showing my age. Alrighty, let's get back to Montay. Thank you so much, gentlemen, for that. Loved that discussion. So what inspires you to be an actor, Montay?
Oh, great question. I what what started it was I wanted to be on Disney Channel for, I guess, ever since I was in high school. I was telling people I'm gonna be on Disney Channel. I'm gonna be on Disney Channel. And as I get older and I finally realize, okay, I'm not gonna be on Disney Channel, but I still love the work. I actually just fell in love with acting even more, just being on set and loving it. What inspires me is doing it. I can say it's no one that's really inspiring me right now, but it's just putting myself out there more, networking and showing myself up and performing for a lot of people and actually having people like it. It could just be 5 people that like it. It would inspire me to continue to go and continue to keep moving forward.
It's your love, it's your passion, isn't it?
It is. It is.
And you're such a great gentleman, a young gentleman. Can I just say that you present so very well? You're classy, you've got great manners, you're polite, you show up on time. You've got all the things going for you, Montay. So I just want to encourage you and support you and say, Paul and I say, keep going. You're going to do great. Right, Paul? Paul, you're muted. Paul, are you there?
It's
Paul?
all right, Paul. I
Oh.
hear you. I hear
Paul, are
you,
you there? Paul, you're muted. We can't hear you. Okay. Anyway, Paul will come back in a second. My next question is, who would you like to work with as an actor?
Oh, tons of people. Michael B. Jordan would be one. Rome Flynn is another actor I would love to.
Yeah, sorry about that. It kicked me out. I guess it didn't like what I had to say. But I know I could hear you guys, and I was trying to say something, but got kicked out. Sorry to interrupt. I'm sorry, Montay. Please go on.
It's okay. It's okay. I heard you, Paul. Don't worry. I
Thank
heard
you,
you
bud.
loud and clear.
So glad. Go ahead, Montay. Sorry.
Yeah, Michael B. Jordan, Rome Flynn, those are two I would love to work with. I'm Denzel Washington, Leonardo DiCaprio. I can just keep going. The list just goes on. Kevin Hart will be probably that's my top 5 right there. I would love to work with all those guys.
Amazing.
Hopefully
How about comedy? You know, Paul, would you like to work with Paul? Because I would like to be in a movie with Paul. He's an amazing comedian. He's also an actor, long success. He's been on TV shows and played opposite Nicolas Cage in The Trust. So wouldn't that be kind of fun to do a comedy with Paul, Montay?
Of course, I would love to do a comedy with Paul. I'm actually great at comedy and improving now. That I just finished the movie 2 weeks ago about comedy. So yeah.
What do you say, Paul?
I love it. AJ, we should actually do a project with all the people that have been on Film Talk with AJ Dean. Let them pick what they want to do, and we do the Film Talk with AJ Dean movie. But
Let's go.
Of course, my love is comedy and satire, and especially if we can use improvisational comedy. So that's Montay. It's great to hear that you're doing either some improv training or because it's its own beast, it's its own animal. But I think improv really helps. Even if you don't use it on screen, it's great for writing movies, for writing scripts. But then when the director trusts you and they're like, go ahead, okay, we got it, let's do it again, but let's improvise a little bit, and I think it frees up the actors to play, as long as you guys are on the same page and everyone knows, quote unquote, the rules of improv. There may not be hard, well, there are rules, but once you know the rules, you can break them. So that's wonderful. Yes.
And speaking of improv, thank you so much, Paul. Speaking of improv, Montay, I've got another surprise question. I hope that's okay. I'm going to put you on the spot. You ready?
I'm ready.
Okay. Do you have a favorite joke? If you don't, I've got one, but do you have a favorite joke that you would like to share?
Favorite joke?
Okay, we'll come back to you.
Yeah.
Think about that. Okay, here's mine. You ready?
Ready.
Knock, knock.
Who's there?
Orange.
Orange who?
Orange, you're glad you're on Film Talk with AJ Dean and Paul Vato.
I felt like it was coming, but I wasn't sure. It's okay.
Paul, did you hear
that? Yeah, I like it. I like it.
Paul saying, AJ, don't quit your day job. Comedy is hard. It's not easy. You got to have timing. You got to have a good script, original material. I really respect you, Paul. So there's my attempt at it, laughable as it is, bump. But okay, on to the next question. As an actor, Montay, what director would you like to direct you? You know, Kimberly's a director now. So would you like Kimberly as a director, or?
I would love this Kimberly, honestly. Kimberly has, I think working with Kimberly was a phenomenal thing. She taught me things that I didn't know. She was actually, when we were doing the scissor roll for Metronome, Kimberly was showing me these steps. Some directors do not, never mind, I'm not going to get canceled. Some directors cannot direct me personally, but Kimberly can, I could say. Kimberly directed me very well in Metronome. She also understands the actors. She doesn't just understand the director side, she understands the actor. So seeing a director that understands both sides really helps an actor get into character and get into focus on the scene. And that's what she did, is help me get into character.
Well, she's got so many talented skills as a producer, director, storyteller. She's amazing, and I'm so proud to call her my friend. So hi, Kimberly. Thanks again. And also, I wanted to ask you, what is your perfect role? What message do you want to share as a storyteller to the world, Montay?
Oh, wow. Great question. More of this, I got asked this question not even a few hours ago. It's so crazy. Um, a great role that I would prefer to play is a younger brother, or just a friend that is close to a brother, and I want to pursue more of mental health for men. I would love for people to see that in more films, and more everything. Honestly, that mental health and how masculine friends and platonic relationships are important. I would love for that to be more focused.
You know, I love that, because more communication and more understanding and acceptance. I mean, there's this, you know, for so long, men have had to kind of have a tough image, and, you know, it's been unfair. It's so unfair. And we need to accept and acknowledge that men have feelings just like we do as women, and we're equal in that, and many more things as well. So, you know, the sensitivities of this world, definitely. I love that you have that radar and that antenna up. I'm so appreciative of you, Montay, as the young generation. You, like I said, you represent them so very well, and I love that. What do you think, Paul? Do you love that idea?
You know what, I do, and it's because it's high time, and not to stereotype, but I think especially amongst us, people of color, it's not something that you're used to dealing with. I mean, the deal with it is, at least in my generation, was like kind of that, oh, I'll give you something to cry about, or just walk it off type of a thing. Toughen up,
Tough
man.
love.
You're
Tough
a
love.
guy, you know. But so it's wonderful to see that this younger generation really understands the importance of mental health, because it is. I mean, it's without your mental health, I mean, everything else goes. Your physical health, your everything. So Montay, shout out to you and the younger people that are doing this. And like AJ said, you guys are so well put together. You're way ahead of the way of where we were, and so I think you guys are going to do wonderful things. So thank you for sharing that.
Thank you guys so much.
Oh, you're so welcome, Montay. I love having this platform to represent and showcase people like you, because you're beautiful. You're absolutely beautiful. And Paul, did you have any shares or questions that you wanted to ask Montay?
No, you've been asking such amazing and right on questions. I'm more excited about listening and seeing what the future holds. But just you AJ bringing this up about Montay bringing up about, especially about, again, mental health. I think it's so important. But I'm excited to see what else what's new, what's expected. You know what? Maybe I do have just a few questions, which is like, where do you live, Montay, and where are you from originally, and where do you live?
I'm actually from New York and I live in New York right now. I also travel to LA and Atlanta when I can for
Mhm.
work or networking.
Wonderful. And then what's your background? Where's your family from? I mean, are they also native New Yorkers, or um, what and are they supportive of your career choice? Because a lot of times it's tough to be on the same page with parents, or your siblings and all that. Is anyone else in the arts with you as well?
No one's in the arts with me, but they are very supportive of me. I could tell you that much, especially my mom. She's been a blessing to this career of my choice. It was
Yeah.
a little hard at first, but she's give big strength and support and love for it.
Wonderful. That is so great to hear, because I think that's so important when you can have a good support system. It's hard enough to be an actor and to do what you love, and the money doesn't come right away, and we don't do it for the money. So what's necessary is a great support system. So that my friend, is great to hear. And yeah, I look forward to working with you one day. So yeah, thank you for doing the show here.
I love that. Thank you, Paul. That's wonderful. And we're going to have to wrap it up soon. I'm so sorry it's gone so fast, but I have one more question before we do our heart messages. Montay, you have been an incredible guest. So much fun tonight. And Paul, you've been spectacular as usual. My last question to you, Montay, is you attended the Tribeca Film Festival recently in the past year, I believe. How was that experience? What did you gain from it? And did you get to see Robert De Niro?
I could tell you this, guys. It was like the most inspirational thing I ever did. I never thought I can be in the Tribeca Film Festival in anything. So being in the Tribeca Film Festival was very inspirational. I did see Robert De Niro. I did see J Lo, which is pretty cool. I think seeing them inspired me to keep going, because I always said I want to be there with them one day. So I did. The inspiration actually just came from there too. When you go to events like that, it makes you say, I'm not just a little actor. I can be as big as them one day also. So I enjoyed the experience. I met so many people. I met so many actors, and I met so many directors and producers there. Did I get as many numbers? No, but having the conversation with them and knowing that we're all on the same page and trying to get new projects and build a new networking or new team is something that I really enjoyed, to hear that we're on the same level, whether you're up there on top or still working hard to get where you want to be.
Beautiful. Oh, I love that. Thank you for sharing that so much, Montay. Wasn't that wonderful, Paul? Paul, you're muted.
That was such a no, that was such a great share, AJ. Yeah, it's so wonderful, and how exciting though to be at that film festival and see the people at the top of their game. With J Lo and De Niro and all that. I mean, that must have been just such a dream come true.
Yes, I mean,
Yeah.
I would have loved to have been there. Wouldn't you have, Paul?
100%. Are you kidding me? AJ, I think we'll need to take a trip the next time, so that we can do the same thing, and
Yeah.
go to the festival. I think it'll have to be so we can go interview some people there.
Yeah, wouldn't that be fun? Oh my gosh. Okay, let's manifest that. Let's dream about it and manifest it and hope and pray and all that good stuff.
Yes, 100%.
Alrighty,
If
well,
I'm in it, I'll definitely invite you guys. If I'm in it, I'll definitely invite you guys. You guys are more than welcome to come. More than
really?
welcome to come. Yes, more than welcome.
Wow, we just hit the jackpot, Paul, you and I.
I love it. Are you kidding me? I love it.
I'm so happy. You made my night, Montay. You have made my night. You've surpassed all of my expectations. as a guest, and you are truly wonderful in so many ways. So thank you so much for being a beautiful guest. And we're going to go around and do our heart messages now. So thank you again, Montay and Paul. And Paul, over to you for our heart message to the world.
Oh my goodness, wonderful. Well, it's just it's inspiring meeting people like Montay, because you know that the industry is in not just good hands, it's in great hands with people that love the arts, that love acting. And and it's especially inspirational to meet someone that found their passion early. And I know, it's an adage, or it's a stereotype where people say something to the effect of if you do what you love, you won't work a day in your life. And but this is great when you meet someone that found that passion, that knows what they want to do at a young age, and then is actually pursuing it and not putting it aside, because sometimes life gets in the way of living, type of a thing. So you end up having to work and putting your dreams aside. So it's great that you're able to work on your dreams at such a young age. And I hope that maybe this is inspiring somebody that's listening, and they're like, what, if they can do it, I can do it. And I took the long way around too, and that's fine. And then I took a hiatus and a break, and that's fine too, because you have to live life. But as an actor, you're gathering all these experiences that hopefully you bring to the stage. So I think everyone is just exactly where they should be on their path and on the journey. And it really is about, again, another cliche, it's about the journey. It's not the destination. And people will tell you, it may not seem that way right now, but people will tell you that when they've actually made it, they're like, yeah, the fun part was getting here. So yeah, everyone hang in there and keep going. And please, connect with me at paulvato.com, buy my new book at vato.tv. And I can't wait to meet everyone. So thank you. And I can't wait to go crash the Tribeca Film Festival with Montay. And at least I think we'll have a place to stay. So this is wonderful.
I love that. Thank you
Thank
so much, Paul. And that was so nicely said. And I loved what you shared from your heart. It's so, so true. And thank you, Paul, for being the very best co-host in the world, in the universe. I'm so blessed to have you. Thank you, Paul.
Oh, it is my absolute pleasure, AJ. Thank you so much.
Oh, bless your heart. Oh, thank you for that heart message, Paul. And now we're going to go over to Montay. Montay, what is your heart message for the world? What do you want to share with everyone? What they should be doing? A wisdom quote, something that's on your heart. Over to you.
Okay. I would tell any young actor or actor that's my age that's still trying to figure this stuff out. I think we're all still trying to figure it out ourselves. I don't think nobody has it together, but if you just keep going, then things will still happen. Whether you put yourself out there or not, I suggest you go to acting class. I suggest you network and meet new people. It's actually fun to meet new people and learn about their experience and their stories, because you never know what that person may do for you or what that person may went through, and you can avoid actually doing what they did. I should say just do it. Don't wait. Don't wait until life is perfect for you to do it. Just do it now, and everything will flow. I just want to thank AJ and Paul for having me on the show, which is really great. You guys are awesome. I love you both. So don't worry about the Tribeca. I will definitely invite you guys. You guys can be with me on the red carpet. I don't mind. So really, thank you. I love this opportunity to be on this show. I really appreciate both of you. You guys are very much great people, and I can't wait to see you guys in person and meet you in person.
Wow. I don't know if I can follow that up. That was absolutely stupendous. That was like the best I've ever heard. Montay, you say it's really, really wonderful. Thank you so much. Paul and I love you too. You are family to us. You're part of the Film Talk with AJ, Dean and Paul Vato podcast family. And we love you so, so much. And I do want to say, from my heart message, I want to say, love each other. I know it's really simple, but it's time to have faith and love each other. Just do it. Just love, and don't expect anything. Just love, and then know that you have loved and done your best. So with that, I will say adieu. And until next time, thank you so much, Paul, for being here with me. Thank you, Montay Savoy, our beautiful actor from New York. And until we meet again, thanks again, and follow, subscribe, and support Montay Savoy and Paul Vato and Film Talk with AJ Dean. Thanks so much for watching. Until next time, au revoir.
Yeah, au revoir. Yay. Bravo.